This is Adventure for Life. I'm Joel. It is day 15 of the Grenadier 15,000 mile cross country trek. So we heard a park ranger say a second ago that they figured it was T-minus 10 minutes. So it's now 9:31 and we just saw some water erupt out of it. By the way, we're on the backside. So there is the Old Faithful Inn, and there is Old Faithful, and I'm just gonna video the whole thing. Again, last night it seemed like it lasted 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, and so I'm just gonna video and shut my mouth and enjoy and let y'all enjoy. Okay, so it has been 10 minutes since I last spoke, and there have been at least 10 false eruptions. This is the real thing. There's a little bit of volume that goes with it. I'm probably 100 yards from the geyser. By the way, the park ranger said that it's very light crowds today, so I'll shut up. So there's I'm going to call it a full eruption. I would guess that was 4 to 5 minutes, something like that. Well, there it goes again, a little bit more. It ended up being, quote unquote, exactly on schedule at 9:41. And again, lasted about 5 minutes. So that was cool. Again, there's the Old Faithful Inn where we're staying. We're on the backside. There is lots of seating on the far side, so you really are going to get a good view of this thing erupting if you come here. So again, heading on to, I think it's called Midway Geyser Basin, so that's our next stop. So we walked to the front side, and I just wanted to give you a quick look at the size of the crowd. Of course, a fair amount of it's dispersed already, but there was 1,000, 2,000 people here to see the eruption. Okay, so this is the Midway Geyser Basin, and there's a feature here I call the Grand Prismatic. I remember when I came here again 25 years ago that there was a very colorful spring or pool or something like that. Here's that river, I believe, that we saw flowing earlier by Old Faithful. And by the way, all the people that were not at Old Faithful are here at the Midway Geyser Basin. There's another parking area short of here that was just absolutely jam-packed. So anyway, we're going to see what's here at the Midway Geyser Basin. This was recommended by one of the clerks at the hotel. And the Grand Prismatic, I believe, spring. So here's a closer view of the stream that I was talking about, and then the downstream side. But specifically wanted to point out, that you see that steam. Those waters are, I don't know what the temperature is, but got to be 100 plus of all that water coming down that slope right there. Okay, so this is the first formation we've seen like this. It's called the Excelsior Geyser Crater, and it's just immense. And this is the flow that we saw earlier heading down to the stream. So you see that's the crest of that slope that we saw earlier, then the water's going right down to the stream from there. So anyway, I just don't remember this at all. I would certainly think I saw it, but I don't remember it from past visits. So this is from the top of that pool. If you can see in the middle, there's some water bubbling up periodically, but the blue is just really beautiful, and it's a great spot. So there is another parking lot way down there, and you can't see them, but right there's a big group of people. So this is probably 2 miles across. So I did not remember how immense this field of thermal activity was. Okay, so there's no way the camera is going to do justice to this. This is the Grand Prismatic, and just the colors are just vibrant and spectacular. I'm not going to use the word really. This is an enormous pool. I remember a much smaller pool with similar colors, but I don't. There we go. Grand Prismatic Spring. And the colors are just tremendous. And by the way, right down there is where I was when we were overlooking I don't remember what it's called now, but whatever I said just a moment ago. Here's some more of the color. Just fabulous. Okay, so I've just moved to probably 100 feet down, but got a little bit closer to the colors. The greens, oranges, reds, browns, beautiful blue. Back there, I think it's the green that really sets it off most to me. And then you can see how large this field is that we're in the middle of. Just spectacular. That pool is probably 200 feet across and maybe 150 deep, something like that. So it's a large area. So here's the water flow at it. So there's the spring. The water's flowing here and flowing right underneath us in this beautiful orange color. Excuse me. Again, just absolutely spectacular. So again, the Grand Prismatic's up there where that steam is. The flow comes down through here and leads to this very pretty green, what is that, aquamarine, not blue, not green, not aquamarine, with a kind of swirling, it's a cone-shaped pool there. Just absolutely phenomenal there. If you can see it way in the distance is the river that we've been seeing. So I'm not great with my colors, so they're calling this the opal pool. I called it not green, not blue, not green, not aquamarine, but anyway, there you go. Yeah, this is Firehole Canyon Drive, and you can see it's a one-way, 2-mile loop. I've been hoping there was a turnout because we've been driving alongside this big rocky side of this mountain for a while, and I think it's gorgeous. So we'll see what Firehole Road is all about. Yeah, so we're going along this stream here and looking up to the top of the mountain, and then back down to the stream, back down to the stream. It's really, really gorgeous view so far, and good. I'm glad they chose this road. So here's a waterfall along here. Before I forget, I want to recommend 3 things. 1, the Old Faithful Inn was very nice, so I'd say save your pennies. Number 2, come when school is in session, because it's going to greatly reduce the number of people that are here. And number 3, I have forgotten already. So this is Firehole Falls, and I am so glad that we just on lark decided to take this little jaunt, because this is really gorgeous. I did remember my 3rd thing, by the way, and that is you could easily spend 2 days in this park, and that's a good reason to stay at Old Faithful Inn, because it just gives you much better access to the park. You're there at Old Faithful when you wake up in the morning, and you can hit the other spots. Again, that Midway Basin that we went to, Geyser Basin, was only 10 minutes probably from the Old Faithful Inn, so save your pennies again. Well, I swore I wasn't going to stop again before we got to Grand Canyon of Yellowstone, but this is Gabon Falls, and looks really picturesque, so had to stop and see it. So there's the falls itself, obviously the river, and then this view out here is just fabulous too. So this is a really, out there I went using the word, this is an especially beautiful place and style. Gabon Falls. So here it is again, face on. Massive place for sure, and beautiful. And again, I don't remember any of this from when I was here before. So really, very glad I came again. While we're talking about that, I would say, Yellowstone, I don't think this is going to be beat on this trip. Love Death Valley, love Carlsbad Caverns, love Sequoia, love Saguaro, and wherever else I went, Grand Teton, and what was by Kings Canyon. But Yellowstone has got a lot to offer from this kind of scenic beauty, from the geysers. We haven't even seen the Grand Canyon yet, so it's immense. So put it on your list of things to do.